What's up, guys? Theo here, doing a quick prediction for Robert Whittaker versus Paulo Costa. So right now, Robert Whittaker is a minus 235 favorite, and the comeback on Paulo Costa is plus 190 on DraftKings. Guys, I like Robert Whittaker here. I have seen a lot of sharp people picking Paulo Costa, but I just cannot ride with Paulo Costa on this. Initially, before he fought Adesanya, I was a huge fan of Paulo Costa. I loved the work he was doing in the division. I love that he was a power lifter, a bodybuilder that had come into MMA and was having a lot of success and was undefeated. I thought there was just a lot of really cool things about the guy. I think his sense of humor is hilarious. He's one of the funniest MMA fighters. I mean, you go on his Twitter, you'll die laughing for hours. So I have always had a real soft spot for Paulo Costa. And he just keeps finding ways to not finish fights. And if he doesn't finish fights, he does not win. He's not technical enough. He went against Marvin Vettori, who I think he beat, actually. But the judges didn't see it that way. They liked Marvin Vettori. They gave Marvin Vettori the decision there. Even though there were moments he had Vettori compromised in that fight, he couldn't finish him. He couldn't finish Luke Rockhold. Yes, he beat Luke Rockhold, but guys, he didn't look good in that fight. Luke Rockhold was coming off like a 3 or 4 year layoff, and he'd been brutally knocked out like once or twice before. I think Jan Blachowicz was the last fight. He got brutally knocked out. And, I mean, that fight should not have even been competitive. Paulo Costa should have killed him in the first round. And he didn't. He just kept tagging him, kept hitting him, and Luke Rockhold survived, and Luke Rockhold tagged him a couple times. So he looked good in the Luke Rockhold fight, I guess, but where's the finishing upside, man? How do you're so big, you're so strong. How do you not finish these guys? I just don't understand it. So I don't think he just takes fighting really seriously enough, unfortunately. I feel like Paulo Costa is just kind of one of those dudes that he's at where he's at. He's always going to be fun to watch in the octagon, but I don't think he's ever going to be champ. And I don't think he's going to beat Whittaker, man. Even though Whittaker did get TKO'd by DDP, DDP is a lot more technical than Paulo Costa is. And he's also probably a little bit more powerful. Maybe you could debate that, but we just haven't been seeing Paulo really hurting guys enough. So I like Whittaker here. I think he's going to be technical enough to win a decision. Yeah, I just think Paulo Costa just doesn't have that technical, high-level striking output that he needs to. He's got power, and he knows how to throw flurries, and he's big, but if Robert Whittaker shows up and isn't completely washed, which I don't think he is, he just took one bad loss, I think Robert Whittaker should eke this out. I think the line is a little bit wide, especially considering that Whittaker did get finished pretty badly in that last fight, and he is getting a little bit older. He's definitely out of his prime. He has been for a while, and he's probably in the twilight part of his fighting career right now. But I still do kind of like him to get a win here. I just cannot pick Paulo Costa. If Paulo Costa had knocked out Rockhold, to be honest with you, I probably would be picking him here. But, man, until I see him finish some high-level contender again like he used to, I think the last time he did that was Uriah Hall. Until I see him do that again, I just can't trust Paulo Costa here because he's been like probably the least trustworthy fighter in the entire UFC for quite a few years now, ever since the Adesanya fight. So give me Robert Whittaker here. I would not straight bet this fight. I don't want to be on the bad side of this if Paulo Costa does find a way to win, but I don't really see that happening. I think Whittaker is going to win this. So yeah, give me Robert Whittaker, guys. Keep it locked in. Going to get the final picks out for this card later.